Welcome to the chat zone. I'm your host, Melita, and today we have a wonderful guest from Purpose Rwanda who's going to talk with us on the issue of trauma.
Thank you. I'm Prince Oseba Ernest, an occupational therapist of Purpose Rwanda. Purpose Rwanda is basically a non-profit organization that does psychosocial and also development among the youths, basically. And I'm in here as an occupational therapist in the department of positive and addiction-free living. And what I do is to ensure that people who have addiction issues are being well taken care of to recover, and also help people to find a better thing for them to do as their purposes, and also to live a positive life.
So I'm here to talk with you on the issue of trauma in the young generation. So as a psychotherapist, as an occupational psychotherapist, I'm here so we could talk about, I have different questions depending on the background and everything that young generation needs these days, especially from their past events. So I'm here to ask you my first question. That was, how does trauma affect youth?
Well, okay. First of all, the word trauma is basically from a Greek word, which means it's the same in the Greek word. It means trauma. It means wound. And when you talk about wound, the next thing you think about is maybe you hit your foot to a stone, or you fell down, or you had a cut, or you had an accident. Then we can talk about wound. But there's a wound that also comes up across us in our daily life, which is socially in our minds. So these are a series of events that happens to young people, and it leaves that particular wound. So it kind of creates a memory in the young people's life, and that is what they have experienced, that is what they know, and that is what they think it is. They may not have an answer, so it really gets a lot of impact on generations, especially young ones.
Okay, so how common is it in the young people? Is it a common thing, or does it just affect other people, but another set of people, but not the others?
Basically every person growing up could have a means to experience this trauma in their life. People have it in different experiences. So it's from childhood. Normally when you grow up, you come to understand this normal of life. But when you experience it from your childhood, it moves along with you. So you find a lot of children or kids in their younger age experiencing this life. And even people are adults, they still have it. Because from their childhood, they carried it to the world. So you can't have a specific people, just like it starts from when you are young. Because you do not really know more about how life issues are, how these things are really is, what it means to do this. Example, a child will not understand what death means. So as a child, you maybe experience a particular death, your auntie, your mother, your father. So you basically see from that child to grow up. So many adults are also carrying the same trauma.
How bad could it become?
How can it be?
Like how bad could it grow to?
Well, it keeps you in a particular shape. For instance, someone is afraid of, let's say, a worm. Why? Because when he was young, he was told that when you see a worm or a worm bite you, will die. So it may sound like, worm is a worm. But he's afraid of worms. I'm afraid of cockroach. If you don't take care of him, maybe an immature and adult person, if you put a cockroach in his or her room at night, he might collapse. So it can have an impact or effect on the person as long as until the person recovers.
So how do you deal with a person like that who deals with such specific traumatic events? How do you deal with such a person?
Well, you don't deal with them. You advise them because it's an experience that they have experienced. It's not easy to convince someone from what he has experienced. He has experienced it. He has felt it. He knows how it feels. He knows what he has seen. He knows what he felt inside, whether it is true or it is not true. You can't just take yourself just a few minutes to convince the person out of. Sometimes, with their guide and their directions, they may grow up and like, okay, this is not so, this is so. So it kind of hand-to-hand guidance. People may not open up openly to tell you this is my trauma. However, they don't even understand what it means to have trauma issues. They have it, but they don't know. So it's not easy to get into their life and say that this is your issue, how you solve it. Unless personally you're close to them or they identify. Or just as you're talking about, they hear like, oh, there's something called trauma. Okay, so this I experienced a trauma, it's a wound I have inside. So how do I get to help? Okay, you see the specialist, like you can't like, this is my issue, I'm afraid of this. I think this could happen to me, I think I could do this. They're like, okay, the reality is not what you think it is. It's this. Then when you educate them, they're like, oh, okay, it was just an experience. So when they come out and they open up with them, you can help them.
Is it important to talk about it?
Some are very sensitive. Some are sensitive. It's hard for them to open up. For instance, someone had an issue of being raped at a very childhood stage, which I've handled before. And these are sensitive issues. So basically, that particular lady is afraid of opening up. So that is a trauma. It's not that you see her not really getting close to men, but that from childhood that is what she has experienced. She will not come openly and tell you that, when I was young, no, she wouldn't. So unless when she's been educated on it and she herself personally feel like I really need to be helped from this situation, and then she will come out openly and tell her.
You have said that most people would have to seek professional help. But there is an issue of trust. It's not easy to talk to a complete stranger about such issue, even though he's a professional person who can help you.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice would you give to such a person out there who wants to talk about what she or he wants to do, but does not know how to go through with it?
Okay, so we all have friends, and we all have neighborhood, and we all have people we grew up with. And there's no single person who says that I don't have anybody at all in my life. Even if you grew up alone, and you're alone, you still have your house around you. You're alone. So you basically know people who you can share the same experience with. Now, sometimes it's easy to talk to someone you feel he's also in that situation. And that's why you see, excuse me to say, maybe people like Branca, they move together. Like you see birds of the same feather flock together. The point is that it's not like they are the same. They feel comfortable at that time. So I feel that you should be able to share with people who are very close to you. Because though you experience the same thing, for instance, if the two of us were raped, yes, while you're male and I'm female, so our experiences may not be the same, but at the end of the day, we're all raped.
Okay, so Mr. Prince, as we go on, please tell me, as a person who experienced a traumatic event in her childhood, but throughout her life or her years, nothing is manifest, but then when she grows up, or maybe in a specific time of her life, the symptoms begin to show. What would you explain such a thing?
Like I said, most of these wounds get stuck on your mind, and so you will not see even yourself. You may not know it's a trauma. You may not know it's a wound. You may not know it has really hurt you until you come to encounter such similar situation, or until you get to a point where you feel like, I think I have experienced this before. I think I have seen this scene before. So getting closer, you could feel that, no, I have felt this, I don't want to experience this anymore. So that's when now you begin to experience that. So anytime as a person you get to that point that you feel like you can sense this, feel like this that is about to happen might be what I went through, then you open up to someone.
Would you name them like triggers, like a specific in the triggers?
Exactly. Yeah, these are signs and symptoms. Okay, you feel uncomfortable, you feel like this is happening again, you feel like I'm scared, it's normally fear. Yeah.
So, would you recommend a person to avoid such triggers or face them?
It may be good or not. For instance, when someone was a child, she saw a friend being drowned in a pool. Now this could be a trauma. Like my friend ran in the pool, I'm afraid of water, I can't swim. And let's say she gets to a position where maybe the job requires her to be a swimmer. So, and that's the job she loves. That's something she really wants to do the rest of her life. And so then now she has to learn how to swim. So will you say, okay, I'll get off my dream because of my fears or because of my wounds? You need to be treated. So you need to now to be taught that, you know what, it's not that when you fall in water you die. This is what it entails. This is what you have to do. If you don't do this, you can die in that. So the person comes to understand that, oh, it's not like water is a monster that drowns people, but just that there are rules to follow so that you'll be safe.
There are most people that cope with such things, especially if it's a person who hurt you by blaming. I would call it a blame game. So I've understood, but there's this book I read called For Emotional First Aid, and it advised many people that suffer from ruminations and psychological theme that most people are stuck in that cycle of problems, going over things, obsessing over the person that hurt you, and they advise that they stop blaming themselves. But it's so hard because it's so hard to look up that you're the one with the problem. Sometimes you are the one with the problem if you don't move on. So what would you tell such a person who's stuck in such a cycle of going over the same problem and not moving on?
Okay, so when you are stuck in a same, like it's a cycle. So what you do is that you take something within the cycle off. Now a cycle is still a cycle because the whole arrangement is still the same thing. So take just one thing off. Okay, I don't like male friends because they hurt people. A lot of people have gone through a situation where they have been disappointed all and over, and it has become like a trauma in them because someone broke their heart so hardly and I'm done with this thing. So they've gone through the same cycle. Even if a man or someone approach her, she's like, I know this is how it will end. So it's like kind of a cycle. So what do you do within the cycle? Why don't you allow someone in as a friend, not in a relationship? So because I know of a woman or a lady who their father was a very bad man, and that is what she experienced on childhood. And so because of that, she hates men. Not like when she sees a man, she stabs them, but deep down within her, she feels like men are just the same thing. And this is a person who is almost 40 years old, and she doesn't even have a boyfriend or anything like that. Why? That is the same cycle. She's still in that cycle. So what she has to do, she has to allow a male in as a friend, and then she breaks the cycle. She's not allowing a male in to be a boyfriend or a husband or anything, but she's just breaking the cycle of not allowing men in. So when you break something off from the cycle, now you are now exposed.
Would you call it a pattern?
Yeah, it's a pattern you have laid for yourself. So you find out that those people who have come through such situation, they have specific, their life is on like a systematic rule. I don't do this, I don't go here, I don't sit here, I don't talk to this person because he might do this. So their life lives in those cycles. So you see them from church, work, family, home, perhaps. Like that's their comfort zone. I don't go to these people. No, I don't go here. What does he have to do? He has to maybe break something off. Today we didn't see you home. Why didn't you think well, I want to see a friend? That is a break off. So because normally you see him church, work, home, church, work, home. But today we didn't see you home. I went to see a friend. You have break off the cycle.
So does a break-off have to be a major thing or just a small thing?
That's small things. Because psychological growth does not happen in a boom like a scientific theory or something. It happens, it's a gradual growth. Because that is how our brains recover. It recovers with the experiences again and then the environment and knowledge. So what you receive as a knowledge, what you experience again, and what you feel around you educates your brain. So they have to gradually break off things to be free.
So would you name a person who has not moved on from such a traumatic thing, a person who's stuck in life?
she's not stuck, but she's sick. When I normally, I remember one day I invited someone for counseling. It's like, I'm not sick. What do I need counseling from? I don't have a problem. And I told the person that going for counseling doesn't mean you have an issue. Because even the president have a counseling committee. Why? Even when she wants to take a very good decision, this counseling committee sits him down and pitch him that why don't you do this? Why don't you say this to the public? Why don't you? At the end of the day, they get the best from him. So it's not always like people are going to say psychology, maybe everybody has now see that I have a psychological problem. Then I need a psychologist or I need a specialist. And no, the problem doesn't need to be visible. Whether you have a trauma issue or don't have a trauma, it's very important to mostly once in a lifetime go to seek for advice, go to see a psychologist. Like, okay, you know what? I don't think I have no problem, but I want to talk to you. Just like that. The specialists know how to bring out a conversation, and at the end of the day, the problem will be solved.
Also, when like normally, naturally, when we are hurt or when we are old enough to we normally first is the first aid.
Yeah.
So emotionally, why don't we think like that?
Good, it's a problem. Now, recently, a friend of mine's best friend died all of a sudden, and she was telling me about it. And so I was asking her about the guy's family, because this man is a very young gentleman, have a lot of potential, a lot of ambitions, working hard, very good guy. So it was kind of a shock. And so I began to ask of the history of the family. And to her narration, she said that they lost their dad years ago. And their mother is a very emotional person. And then the mom, when she lost the husband, she got stroke. But she recovered because of that. So years later, she lost her sister also. And she had stroke. And she recovered. So the mom is not very, very strong, but she's also very emotional. And then all of a sudden, the woman's son is dead now. So I asked her how the woman is doing. And she said, the woman is fine, she's laughing, she's really making jokes of the whole thing. And people are like, oh, the mom is looking and saying, you people are mistaken. No, she's not fine. She's not fine. You might lose her if you don't take her to a specialist. So this case is like, but hold on, she's fine. She's not. Why? Because this is an emotional person. And this is a news that is almost breaking everyone. Why is the mother not broken? Now she has stepped off a boundary which has become a trauma. Now so the trauma is like, I don't even believe this. I think this is not even real.
Like denial.
So she's still denying the whole thing. And she's in a very critical moment. Because before you realize, the moment she will realize that indeed the son is gone into it. So in the first aid, I want to say that when you know someone and you know her, either she's emotional or she's not emotional. So when something happens, you should expect how she will respond. If the person does not respond the way normally he is, you need to seek to help the person. So the first aid normally doesn't come when the person is broken or wounded. That is what we get wrong. The person might be fine. I'm okay. There is nothing wrong. You still need to see that person down.
Can you say it's a way of expressing maybe or warning?
No, it isn't. Because this, with past experience, the point is that she has seen it all. And she has been broken out of them and she has recovered. I'm just using her as a case study because this is a real life issue. But this time, this is one of the biggest blows that needs to break her. So the point is that psychologically she's broken, but physically, have you ever, you know what, sometimes accident happens and someone is heavily wounded, but out of, the person just stand up with the pain and does not even care whether he's wounded or not, and just going around looking for safety. That is what is happening. You get it? You get it. So she has fallen into that big pain but she's not feeling it now. So she's like, I'm okay, I'm fine. She just want a comfortable zone. And if that person who has just stood up from an accident, if you don't calm him or her down and treat him, the time you realize you must lose the person.
Well, I have heard that there are levels of grieving and mourning to be able to accept the thing and move on. Wouldn't you say that denial is also part of the step towards something else, maybe accepting it, grieving, mourning, the whole thing?
So it's not like she's denying, she can't believe it. She knows it, but she can't accept it. No, it's not possible. So physically she's expressing her fine, is there. But inside part of her mind, the process is still taking time. So that is how trauma does. It may not affect you now, and sometimes it affects you and then your body reacts to the affection, because that's when you have had a series of experience. So you react not to the way your body is supposed to react, but you react out of what you think is okay. So at the end of the day, you are wounded behind, and before you realize the wound is deep inside you.
So how come others deal faster than others? Because someone may have moved on faster than someone else. So how would you explain that we're all human beings? I think that if you lost someone, you would pain the same way someone else would pain. But how come someone else would deal with it faster than the other? How would you explain that?
You know, we are all humans with the same body. Yes, but we have different genetic makeups. And some of our genetic makeups are quick in response, and some are slower, some are also medium. However, in psychology we call something IQ. Our IQ, which is intelligent quotient, is how your brain processes things, are not the same. So you may process things faster, you may process things slower. So when something happens, the rate at which you can recover wouldn't be the same as which I can recover. So that's why it's very important to see people, especially when they get to know there's a lot of medical helps, as when people's legs are broken, people have issues, but there's less of psychological help in Africa. And because we feel like, yeah, we're strong, we're hard people, yeah. But it's not more about you're strong, because the whole hard body is handled by a particular part called the brain. If it's not healthy, this is not healthy. You might pretend to be okay, because your brain has different chambers. It has where it stores memory to process, it has where it keeps the memory, and it has where it keeps regular movements. So perhaps at that time you are using your regular daily action part of your brain to feel you are okay. But once the eyes have seen, the ears heard, your body felt, it is recorded. So the process will still be taking time to come back. So before you just come, and then you see the person now he's broken and he start crying.
So it turns around how you think consciously.
Exactly, yeah, consciously. So you should know that I dealt with things faster. I dealt with things slower. So you would going to recover faster than me. I'm a slow person, so you should give me time. Leave me alone. Let me deal with it. So helping such persons, we need to be very patient with them. Yeah, because the fast people, perhaps they can feel I'm okay, I'm fine now, but they just brush it off because of their faster processing ability. Now when the body relaxes and the brain is absorbing the wastes and the affected part, now it comes out all of a sudden. You see when you woke up midnight or sleep or somewhere and you feel like I'm down.
So would you connect information, seeking information for what you're going through, to your way of healing? Because for me, I deal with my pain by seeking information to understand what I'm going through. It helps me faster, more than just any psychological professional, by reading or maybe searching. So how would you explain that for me, by reading or by just getting to know where I stand with myself and what I'm going through, I heal faster?
Yeah, so it all comes, you see, when we are growing up as children, by the age of 2 years, your brain has grown its tissues to be an adult. But from 2 years to the age of 24 or 21, now studies say that women's brain are mature at the age of 21. Men continues to 24 years. Now, but all let's say every human being 24. It's not the growth of the brain, but it's the maturity of the brain. So when we are growing up, our brain receives information from what our body experiences. That is from childhood. So as a baby, as a child, every child has his own personality of receiving information. Some are quick to their feelings, some are quick to their sight, some are quick to their ears, some are just imaginations, then they create stuffs. Now, so we all have different ability till we grow up. Okay, so perhaps where you receive much information into your brain faster could be as a result of sitting and using your eyes. How? By reading the words. So you get, okay. The people who have a processing mind, they just need images. So there are some therapists, there are art therapists that they don't give out to just the beauty of this. They do art, people look at the pictures and they are healed. So everybody has the way the body responds to things. There are some people, they need to experience it. So that's what comes about with these 3D, 4D things they put on your head. There are some people, they can't be in that. Their heart, they can even collapse. But there are people, they are good at sight. So they want to experience that. So you just put them that 3D, the 4D, right? Put it on your head and show them that experience. They will heal. To them, they might feel it's real because their eyes and their imaginings are very smart. Some is hearing. You don't need anything. Just give them a particular. There are some musical notes which are there. It's not singing. Could be just the words fine, but the musical tones can heal people. So they just need that musical tone. They lie down and then they listen to it. So you may be reading, others just maybe they have to listen, the other they have to experience, the other they have to watch images and everything.
Would you call that the way of, I don't know, just like some people love touching, just like the 5 love languages, someone loves to touch to express her love, the other loves gifts and those things.
Yeah, it connects.
It connects all of it.
Yeah, it connects.
As we go on, I want, the main aim of our conversation is to make people out there understand how critical it is to be able to deal with those traumatic issues and events. Most people will move through life and we don't know how important something, as small as it is, affected us. So I want to understand how could it affect our personal development.
Yeah, so like I said, no one loves to carry a wound around. And trauma is a wound. It's a wound on your mind and on your brains. So first of all, if you think that I'm okay with it, know that it's a wound. And wounds, it may be dead. One thing about a wound is that it could heal, but the scar is still there. But you should be able to deal with it so that the scar could get covered. Perhaps the first stage is to deal with the wound for it to die and become a scar. It's better to have a scar than to have a wound. But then the most dangerous part is that if you don't deal with that trauma that happens to you, you might experience maybe the bigger one in the next future. And that means that if you deal with it, it has become a scar, it rubs off. And you see, wounds which is there and is being rubbed off is more painful than the first one. So this is the thing. Everybody may experience different things in life. And everything we face in this life, there's nothing that is bigger than you not to handle. Now the differences between you and me will be how our brains have grown up together. So if you feel I can't handle this, you ask for help. Why am I afraid of snakes? As I was like, I'm not scared of snake, you don't want to kill me, don't put snake in my room. Yes, fine. What if one day, what if you put all your measures and you just find a snake all of a sudden? What would you do? So I'm afraid of snake, but how you can start it? Okay, they take you to a zoo, then gradually, with your fear, they show you a snake, you touch it. It could be as scary as it is, but you are dealing with yourself. Why? Because you have been assured this snake is friendly, it won't bite. But yet you have been educated that a snake is dangerous. Fine. But there are people, so you see, these people have the privileges. They have big zoos and all that. They even have zoos for just snakes. They even zoo for everything. And they go on this big python. They go to play around it just to deal with that fear. because you don't know what you may encounter tomorrow. So whatever fears you have, seek for help. Let it be help because you can't afford to carry it to grow up with it.
So, as you conclude our conversation, which was very good, what advice would you give, not just as an occupational therapist, but as a person yourself, who went through some issues and you dealt with them, or maybe still dealing with them? What should you give advice to someone out there that doesn't know what to do?
You see, the best way to recover first is to share. And so my best advice to give is that whatever you're going through, whether it's a good thing, whether it's a bad thing, whether it's a situation, or whether it's a moment you find yourself, the best thing is to share with someone. It may not be especially a therapist, but someone you feel you're comfortable with. Whether he could help you or he can't help you. The best thing you can do first is to share. That's my best advice as a therapist. If you don't share, you are the one handling it alone. No one will know how well you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.